Breaking. Tasha K just walked into a police station like it was the bet. Ward's red carpet and dropped a bomb so loud it might just echo through every jail cell Mendeecees ever stepped foot in. Is the reformed street king about to be unreformed? Is VH1's poster boy for I Changed about to get reacquainted with his old cell block neighbor? Because baby, the tea ain't just hot tits on fire, and Tasha came with more than lip gloss and gossip this time. She came with a police report, alleged video footage, and the kind of energy that says, "Try me if you want to." Now, let me ask you something. What happens when the queen of receipts clashes with a man who's already got one foot in the courtroom and the other on reality TV quicksand? What do you get when Instagram beef turns into real-life police reports? You get this. A scandal so wild, so chaotic, so legally messy that even the streets are like, whoa, wait again. Sit down, silence your phones, and don't blink. Because if this story is even half as real as it looks online, we might be watching the second coming of Mendeecees. But this time, behind bars. So here's what went down allegedly. Tasha K, never the type to whisper when she can shout into a megaphone, reportedly marched into that police precinct like she was filing a complaint against the entire hip-hop industry. She said, "He tried to snatch my phone, raise his voice, and possibly lay hands on me while I was preparing to expose him for having a secret baby with Erica Mena levels of chaos." You know, just another Tuesday in the world of love. And hip-hop drama turned real-life legal soap opera. Guess what? Tasha didn't come empty-handed. Sources close to her camp are claiming she submitted actual video surveillance. That's right, security footage, allegedly showing Mendeecees barging into her studio like it was a reunion special and not a professional setup. Apparently, he thought he could pull up and shut it down before she went live with what she described as career-destroying receipts. Instead, he might have just destroyed his own comeback story. Eyewitnesses are already talking, and word on the street is that the footage shows a loud verbal altercation, followed by what looked like a physical confrontation. Tasha was reportedly seen backing up, visibly shaken, while Mendeecees appeared aggressive and agitated. Now, the moment that story hit the blogs, the internet exploded faster than a gender reveal with fireworks. People went from Tasha K being messy again to wait, is Mendeecees going back to jail? It's in 2.5 seconds. And when you look at his history, that question isn't just for clicks, it's a legitimate concern. Remember, this is the same man who once served time in federal prison for his role in a drug trafficking operation that spanned from New York to Rochester. We're not talking petty charges, we're talking serious federal-level time. And even though he's been playing the reformed family man ever since his release, giving interviews, doing school tours, walking around like a youth mentor, those charges don't just disappear. He's still on supervised release, but means he's still under watch. And any new criminal complaint, especially one involving alleged assault, could be enough to violate that probation. That's not just messy, that's catastrophic, especially when the accusation comes with surveillance footage, studio witness statements, and a gossip queen who knows exactly how to spin public opinion. The timing, too, couldn't have been worse for Mendeecees. He's already been under public scrutiny ever since those whispers started about Erica Mena and that mysterious baby that popped up in the middle of a breakup storm. Fans started speculating months ago that there was more to the story than met. The I and Tasha K had been teasing for weeks that she had something explosive to drop. The plan was to go live and let the receipts do the talking. But instead of letting the internet implode naturally, Mendeecees allegedly tried to stop it by showing up in person. And if the reports are true, he ended up doing exactly what Tasha wanted him to, create a headline that no one could ignore. And let's not forget the silence from the person who should probably have the most to say, Yandi Smith. That silence. It's screaming now. Not a single post, not a quote, not a peep. Fans have been digging through her Instagram like it's an FBI archive, trying to decode her last cryptic story. A black screen with white letters that simply read, "God don't play about his daughters." Was she talking about herself? Tasha? Erica? All three? No one knows. But one thing is clear, and Di's silence is feeling less like loyalty and more like strategy. And strategy means someone has seen something they can't unsee. Sources close to the situation claim Yandi has already watched the alleged footage, that she's livid, that she's been advised to lay low while the dust settles, and honestly, who could blame her? This isn't just a scandal, it's a legal landmine, because Tasha's team didn't just file a report, they're allegedly pursuing a civil case as well. That means lawsuits. That means depositions. That means Tasha K might end up doing to Mendeecees what she once tried to do to Cardi, drag him through court, document by document, until there's nothing left but shredded contracts and lost endorsements. And that's where things get really interesting, because the moment legal teams get involved, the game changes. It's no longer about who has the louder voice. It's about who has the cleaner record, the stronger evidence, the more believable timeline. And if the rumors are true that hallway surveillance cameras captured the whole thing, the arrival, the confrontation, the alleged physical contact, then Mendeecees might be in for more than just bad press. He might be facing a full-on legal disaster. Meanwhile, the internet is doing what it does best, picking sides, making memes, and turning trauma into trending topics. One TikTok creator reenacted the whole thing with Barbie dolls, while Twitter is split down the middle. Some say Tasha is lying for clout. Others believe this is her redemption arc. And the rest, they're just here for the drama. But behind the jokes and chaos, there's a real storm brewing. Legal analysts on YouTube are already weighing in, and they're not mincing words. One former prosecutor said if Mendeecees is found to have violated the terms of his supervised release by engaging in any physical altercation, even a verbal confrontation that escalated, he could be facing a return to federal custody. Just like that. No TV cameras, no confessionals, no dramatic music. Just cold, hard time. And then, like clockwork, another bomb dropped. A redacted statement hit the blogs from a security staff member who was allegedly present at the studio. It claimed that an individual matching Mendeecees' description arrived without clearance, caused a disturbance, and had to be escorted out after a physical incident occurred. That report, now circulating across platforms, could be the nail in the coffin. It holds up and aligns with Tasha's police report and whatever surveillance footage exists. Mendeecees isn't just in trouble, he's in deep. And while all of this is unraveling, VH1 is reportedly in full-blown panic mode. Sources say producers held an emergency meeting, trying to figure out whether to suspend Mendeecees from the show or quietly edit him out of upcoming ADCs, with upcoming episodes while waiting for the legal situation to resolve. One anonymous crew member told a gossip outlet, "We've had drama before, but this is next level. If charges stick, he's done." And right on cue, just when it felt like the fire couldn't burn any hotter, Erica Mena jumped back into the spotlight. Her latest post, a photo of her hand on her stomach, a ring on her middle finger, and a caption that simply read, "No regrets, only lessons." Fans lost their minds. Is she confirming a pregnancy? Is that a dig at Yandi? Trolling or telling the truth? No one can say for sure, but one thing's undeniable: the drama just leveled up again. And just like that, the internet went from curious whispers to full-blown hysteria. Erica's cryptic photo ignited the timeline like gasoline on dry brush. And theories started swirling faster than a reality TV reunion fight. Some said she was confirming the baby was Mendeecees. Others argued she was trolling the entire Love and Hip Hop cast. But behind all that passive-aggressive pregnancy poetry, one thing was clear: she knew exactly what she was doing. And so did Tasha K, who wasn't letting anyone else steal the spotlight. Because within hours of that police report being filed, her legal team released an official public statement. It didn't just confirm the complaint. It hinted at a civil lawsuit already in motion. According to the statement, Ms. Keeby was physically and verbally assaulted while preparing content for a live broadcast. She is cooperating fully with law enforcement and intends to pursue every legal avenue available. And just to twist the knife a little deeper, the statement ended with a not-so-subtle warning to the public. Do not be swayed by silence or manipulation. The truth is coming. And in this scandal, that line hit like a sucker punch. Because silence, that's exactly what Yandi was still serving. No interviews, no comments, not even a PR statement. Just that one cryptic Instagram story about God protecting his daughters, followed by a throwback post of her with the kids and a caption that read, "Me and mine." That's all I ever needed. Comments were turned off, but screenshots spread like wildfire. People took it as a goodbye post, a subtle confirmation that she was emotionally checking out. And to be honest, it felt less like damage control and more like an emotional escape. Meanwhile, Tasha wasn't done applying pressure. Her next move was even spicier. She posted a grainy black and white image of a wine glass next to a folder labeled confidential. The caption, "I warned y'all." The law is now involved. Stay tuned. No names, no dates, just pure chaos bait. And it worked. Every gossip blog, every reaction channel, every podcast dedicated a segment to breaking down that one image. Was that folder real? Was she bluffing? Was there actually footage? Then boom, another leak. This time, an audio clip surfaced online, allegedly from inside the studio at the exact moment the altercation happened. It was scratchy, barely audible, but the timing made it impossible to ignore. You could hear a man's voice yelling, "Turn that damn camera off." Then a woman shouting, "Get your hands off me." And then a sound like a shuffle, a thud, and silence. Now, whether it was authentic or not didn't even matter, because public opinion doesn't wait for forensic proof. Within minutes, fans were convinced. Team Tasha claimed it was enough to show he lost control. Team Mendeecees said it was clearly staged. And the rest of the internet? They were too busy decoding the audio like it was the final scene from a true crime documentary. But the real power move came shortly after. Unconfirmed but widely circulated court documents claimed Tasha's team also filed for a temporary restraining order. Not just to stop contact, but to demand that Mendeecees' team preserve all communications, recordings, and internal documents related to the incident. Translation: Tasha wasn't just protecting herself. She was trying to expose a potential cover-up, because, according to one anonymous source close to her legal circle, Mendeecees allegedly reached out to a VH1 executive after the incident and tried to have the footage buried. Not denied, not disproved. It's just swept under the rug with a convenient little statement about a misunderstanding. And if that's true, it's no longer just a physical assault case. It's obstruction. It's tampering. It's a federal supervision violation waiting to blow up in his face. One legal analyst even said on YouTube that if a judge believes Mendeecees interfered with an ongoing investigation while on supervised release, he's not just risking a lawsuit, he's risking his freedom. And right when things couldn't get more chaotic, another anonymous tip hit the blogs. This one claimed that Mendeecees had contacted another smaller blogger before the incident, allegedly offered her money to shift the narrative. Supposedly said, "Just post something about Erica. Get people off me. I'll send the details." The blogger declined, but not before saving the screenshots. And now, bribery was trending. Fans were outraged. You're out here trying to buy your way out of a scandal. The same fans who once rooted for his redemption arc were now dragging him like a suitcase with a broken wheel. And while all this was happening, the VH1 executive suite was reportedly in meltdown. A 3-hour emergency meeting was held to figure out how to manage the fallout. One insider told a gossip blog that the show had weathered drama before cheating. Breakups, fistfights, you name it. But this was different. Charges stick, they said. We may have to cut him completely. Not just suspend him, erase him. And then came the wild card. Out of nowhere, Tasha K dropped a heavily edited voice memo. A full minute of bleeped out names and redacted sections. But one line came through loud and clear. A man's voice, allegedly. Mendeecees saying she's about to go live. She's going to ruin me. I can't let that happen again. No one could prove it was him. But fans didn't care, because at this point it wasn't about facts. It was about perception. And perception had already turned on him. People were dissecting old Love and Hip Hop clips like crime scene evidence. One scene resurfaced where he looked Yandy in the eye and said, "You'll never have to question my loyalty." Comment sections lit up like wildfire. We're absolutely questioning it now. Some even joked that he should have said, "You'll never have to question my parole officer." Meanwhile, Yandy's friends are allegedly urging her to lawyer up and walk away. Rumor has it she's already spoken with a divorce attorney and Erica. She's treating the entire thing like performance art. Her next post was a moody montage of her pregnancy journey. Soft piano music, slow motion belly rubs, black and white crying shots, no names, no context. Just one message. Healing doesn't mean silence. It means survival. The last frame, positive pregnancy test. That's it. No confirmation of who. The father is no direct shots fired. It's just one more log tossed onto the blazing fire. And the public. They're spinning like tops. Some think Erica's finally telling her truth. Others believe she's playing puppet master. But everyone agrees on one thing. Scandal has outgrown Love and Hip Hop. It's not entertainment anymore. It's courtroom-ready drama. Speaking of courtrooms, late last night, another update dropped. Leaked court filings confirmed that Mendeecees has officially been summoned for a preliminary hearing related to the assault claim. The date, 2 weeks from now. And people are already planning virtual watch parties. Because whether he walks in free or walks out cuffed, the world will be watching. And now with a court date set and all eyes locked on the courthouse steps, this saga isn't just building tension, it's setting fire to every last ounce of the Mendeecees redemption arc. The man who once begged the world to see him is changed. As grown as the doting husband who came home from prison ready to rebuild, now finds himself exactly where he swore he'd never be again, the center of a legal nightmare. Except this time, the judge might not be the only one with receipts. Tasha K isn't letting go. Not when she's finally got the upper hand. Her team is already teasing more evidence, audio, video, witness testimony, and if her track record is any indication, she's not bluffing. This is the same woman who stood her ground against Cardi B in court, took a massive hit, and still came back swinging. If Mendeecees thought he could intimidate her into silence, he picked the wrong woman. Meanwhile, fans who were once eager to give him grace are now tearing apart everything he's ever said or done. Clips of his past interviews are surfacing daily, being re-examined through a whole new lens. That moment he told the cameras he was committed to being better for his family. Replayed. That time he wept during a reunion show over how much he missed his kids while locked up, now turned into viral satire. One fan even captioned an old clip of Mendeecees crying with the phrase, "Now cry in court." But while the internet is busy roasting him, legal insiders are watching something much more serious unfold. Sources say the probation office has been notified of the police report and may already be investigating whether a supervised release violation has occurred. And if that's true, then Tasha's complaint isn't just a PR disaster. It's a potential trip back to federal custody. That means no more Instagram photos of family time, no more VH1 cameras, no more cozy podcast appearances about redemption. Just bars, lockdown, and another mugshot for the archives. What's even more dangerous for Mendeecees is the mounting pressure not just from the law but from the women closest to the scandal. Yandy may still be playing silent, but sources close to her say she's furious. Allegedly, she's told inner circle friends that this could destroy everything she built, the brands, the image, the respect she fought for in a male-dominated space. And then there's Erica, the wild card who continues to stir the pot without ever saying a word directly. Her posts have become a masterclass in calculated chaos. Each image, each caption carefully crafted to spark new theories. Her latest move, a short video of her standing on a beach, wind blowing, belly visible, her hand raised in a peace sign. Caption, "Let the truth find its way," was vague enough to be poetic, pointed enough to be a threat. The comment section lit up. Is she saying she's about to testify? Is she confirming Mendeecees is the father? Is she finally siding with Tasha? The questions piled up like court subpoenas, but the answers remained locked away, hidden in layers of perfectly filtered ambiguity. And then came the leak no one expected. A second voice memo, allegedly from the same night as the confrontation, surfaced across several gossip blogs. In this one, a male voice that fans swear sounds like Mendeecees is heard arguing with someone. "You don't get it. She's going to bury me. She's already posted the folder." Then a pause, followed by a voice saying, "Calm down, bro. It's already out there. Let it die." But the first voice snapped back. "No, not this time. She's not dragging me down again." And that was it. That final line sent the internet spiraling again, because now it wasn't just about the altercation. It was about motive, intent, fear, panic. If that audio is proven real, it could paint a very different picture than the one Mendeecees team is trying to spin. It would suggest premeditation, not a spontaneous argument. It would suggest desperation. And in the eyes of the law, desperation can lead to guilt. Behind the scenes, multiple unconfirmed reports say that VH1 is preparing for the worst. One source said the network already has a contingency plan in place to re-edit the remaining episodes of the current season, removing or reducing Mendeecees' scenes significantly. Some crew members are allegedly furious, saying the scandal has derailed filming schedules and ruined potential brand deals. But others are relieved, saying they knew this rebrand wouldn't last. The man who once helped bring in ratings for his so-called second chance might now be the reason the entire franchise faces backlash. And while VH1 scrambles to save face, fans are demanding answers. Why wasn't this stopped? Who knew what and when? And what will happen if all of Tasha K's evidence turns out to be legit? The court date looms like a storm cloud, and already the streets are preparing for the verdict. Bloggers are setting countdown timers. Fans are booking live stream. Slots for reaction videos and legal channels are gearing up to dissect every minute of the hearing. But perhaps the most chilling rumor comes from a source allegedly close to the federal parole board. They claim that if Mendeecees is found to have even minimally violated the terms of his release through assault, obstruction, or manipulation, he could be sent back to serve the remainder of his sentence without warning. That's years behind bars, not months, not fines, real time, and for what? For trying to silence a woman with a platform and a folder full of receipts. For letting ego and fear override logic and restraint. The entire situation reads like the final act of a Shakespearean tragedy set to a trap beat. Love, betrayal, silence. Power and consequences that hit harder than a reunion show slap. The man who once begged the world to see his growth is now facing the ultimate question. If he ever really changed, or did he just get better at hiding it? The streets have already made up their mind. And as the clock ticks down to that court date, the only thing more shocking than the accusations might be the outcome. Because no matter what side you're on, one thing's undeniable. So now the question is, what do you believe? Is Tasha K exposing the truth with hard evidence and courage? Or is this just another messy chapter in the love and hip-hop saga being spun for attention and chaos? Is Mendeecees the victim of a targeted setup, or has his past finally caught up with him in the most brutal way? One thing's for sure, this is no longer just gossip. This is legal. This is serious. And this could change everything for everyone involved. Yandy's silence. Deafening. Erica's clues. Cryptic. And Tasha. She's walking like she already won. But the truth, that's still hiding somewhere between the court documents, the leaked audios, and the Instagram stories dripping in subtext. The only way to find out how this all ends is to stay locked in. So, boss, we want to hear from you. Do you think Mendeecees is heading back behind bars? Should VH1 cut ties now, or let the cameras roll and catch it all in real time? Is Yandi playing the long game, or is she just done with all the drama? Drop your wildest theories in the comments. Hit that like button if you think this scandal is about to explode even more. Subscribe for non-stop, no-holds-barred breakdowns of the stories they don't want you to hear. And smash that bell so you don't miss the next leak, the next twist, or the moment the courtroom doors finally open.